All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks for participating in our show so far. This is our fourth and final segment of this show. So thanks for sticking it out to the end. The first thing we want to do after we've done all those interviews is to thank the sponsors that made all of this possible and who are supporting our program and this race. So David, you want to go ahead and give us a shout out to all the sponsors?
Yeah, so I want to thank all of our sponsors and let you know that all of our sponsors will be in our shirts. All of our sponsors will have the ability to put things in the bag as long as they had reached that sponsorship level. But today we're going to recognize all of our silver or above sponsors, as we said that this would be one of the perks of being a silver or higher sponsor. So our silver sponsors are McCree Ford, Esteban's Cafe and Cantina, and what a beautiful day to go get some takeout. So go to Esteban's if you haven't already done so. St. Mary's Catholic School, go Bobcats. And then our gold level sponsors, we have Jack Gregory and Blake Clayton, Earthworks, and Janice McGowan. And then I did want to say a special shout out to our platinum, our only platinum sponsor. They are anonymous, so I can't say their name, but we want to thank them. They know who they are, and they are actually 5 times platinum level, which is incredible. So we are so thankful for them.
Yeah, thank you, all of you sponsors, even the ones that we didn't mention there. So one of the things that I was super excited about for this show is actually all the stats that we crunched. So we really wanted to do like an ESPN type segment where we jump over and do kind of some stats on the race kind of thing. So here we are. This is the best we got. But I ran some stuff on what's going on here. So first off, we had 136 participants last time I checked, which is still pretty good considering 3 weeks ago we weren't even sure if this race was going to be happening. So that's pretty amazing. So thank all of you for doing that. And of that, 36% of these participants were male, 64% were female. So we are very girl power, very heavy on that side of things. But one of the crazy things for me was actually the generational gap. So we did the numbers for how many people from each generation were a part of this race. So what I actually was super surprised about is we actually had people from the silent generation, which is born in 1925 through 1945. So we had multiple people from that generation in the race today, which is absolutely awesome. So that blew my mind. So predictions, David, I already talked to you a little bit about this, but what generation do you guys think was probably the largest? So we have the silent generation, baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. What do y'all think?
Gen X.
Gen X.
So I went Gen X as well. That was my original guess. I'm not going to say what we discussed, but I thought it's got to be Gen X for sure.
So I was thinking millennials is like, okay, it's probably like the parents and a lot of young people back from college and stuff like that. Not even doing the math in my head, realizing that people in college aren't millennials anymore.
No.
With that in mind, there were actually very, very few millennials. So only 4% of participants were millennials. Gen X comes out at 33%, and actually Gen Z is 42% of our racers.
Wow.
But we do have almost 20% baby boomers, which is pretty crazy too. So, yeah, so that's pretty crazy. There's a few stats there for you. But the main thing that we want to talk about in this segment is the awards. So every year we have medals for you guys, and we will be sending those out once we are able to. Once we send out the t-shirts and the packets and all that kind of stuff, we will be getting the awards to you guys. And so the first award that I want to talk about is actually one that we don't know the winner for yet, and that's Best Costume. So we've had a few people send in photos so far, but because you guys are not racing in front of us, it's a lot harder to pick out who has the best costume. So make sure you're sending that in. You can send it to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and we'll be able to judge best costume from there. So make sure you guys are doing that. Have you guys
throw one up right here? We got the essentials over here. So go ahead, keep talking.
All right. Yeah, there we go. So this is the essentials. We interviewed Kay earlier, so you guys might have seen her on that. Oh my gosh, what is essential? Faith, family, friends. That's awesome. You guys put
chips and salsa. I'm with her.
Nice. That's
awesome.
George Strait.
We got pizza over
Is that
here.
Lisa says George Strait. I love it.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And if you guys can't tell, they all had custom shirts too that says the Essentials. That's awesome. Yeah,
that's super awesome.
They put a lot of work into that one. Have we had any other photos come in for costumes yet?
Not of costumes. We have several participant photos, but that was our only one with costumes as of this moment.
Great. So that means you guys, if you submit a costume, you're already in the running for that award. So make sure you guys are sending us photos of you running in your costume. David, maybe you can get Annalisa to run out there in her dinosaur costume. And
oh, yeah, that would put her in the running. She would do it.
She would. I know she would. All right. So the next award, and this one is kind of crazy this year because it's the largest team. So we already announced this in the last video, but the Essentials, the group that we just showed, they actually had 15 people registered under their team.
Let's throw that picture up one more time.
Yeah, go ahead. And then actually, I wanted to mention another group too, because this group is a combination of a lot of different families, probably 10 plus different families. But we do have one family who by themselves came in second place. So David, I don't know if you have a photo of them, but Team Armstrong actually has 6 participants registered themselves. So do we have a photo of them?
Yeah, we got a photo right here.
Hey, there we go. With a 8:31 pace too. That's awesome. Look at them. That's so cool. So yeah, that's
love the Armstrongs. They're the best.
Yeah,
they are.
That's so cool. So they had the largest group from a single family. So there's that. And this is one that just blew David and I's mind when we were talking about this the other day, but it's the oldest participant. So like I said before, we do have several people from the silent generation between the years 1925 and 1945, they were born. And so our oldest participant is 79 years old.
Wow.
So if you're saying you can't go out and run or walk or skateboard, whatever, we have Lewis Stars out there who is 79 years old and he's participating. So
great job, Lewis.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That is amazing. That definitely gives me some motivation to get out there this afternoon after the show's over and do it.
And then you get donuts afterwards.
And get donuts afterwards like Ty. That sounds amazing.
Yes.
Go Shipleys. All right. And then since we talked about our oldest participant, we definitely want to mention our youngest participant.
Youngest, also the shortest. just want to throw that out there.
It's a pretty safe assumption, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just guessing. I didn't actually measure.
Yeah. So the youngest participant is actually only 5 years old. So shout out to Sarah Garcia Cipolla. So 5 years old, and she's out there with her family as well. So shout out there.
Great job, Sarah.
Yeah. And then the next award we have is Most Creative Team Name. So this was a tough one. We had a lot of pretty awesome names, but when David and I were coming together, we read this one, and I literally laughed out loud when I read it. It's the winners. But Dave, you want to explain it?
Yeah, I can explain it a little bit further. Yeah, so the winners, why is that the most creative? Well, if you're familiar with the Vietnamese last name Nguyen, it is spelled Nguyen. Nguyen is how it's pronounced, right? But it doesn't look like it. And so they spelled their team name Nguyener. So the winners. Very smart, very witty. I liked it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very creative.
And if you don't know it, you're probably like but it actually is pronounced winners. Because I remember the first time I saw it, I'm like, I don't know how you say that. But I've learned it's a very popular last name.
Yeah. So we were a big fan of that as well. And then the last award that we have, and this can be either for an individual or for a team, is actually the most spirited. So again, this we have not determined yet because we're waiting to see all the photos that come in. So if you think you have the most spirit for your parish or for your team, whatever, make sure you send in photos so we can see what that looks like, and you can be in the running for that award as well. So just so we can remind you, all these awards will be coming out whenever we send out the t-shirts and the bags and stuff like that. And we will include your awards in that. So stay tuned.
And if someone is watching this now and then thinks, oh, wow, I forgot to register, but I have a really cool idea for a team name, it's not too late, right?
It's true. Yes, you can still do that. Make sure you check out the links that we've been posting, but you can go to our website, saintmcc.org/funrun. So pretty easy to remember. And from there, you can still register. You can register your whole family. You can become a sponsor still, or you can just give if you want to give a one-time small donation as well. So everything helps. Everything goes to the youth, and we really appreciate all of that. So with that, Jennifer, do you have any announcements, or you want to give us some thank yous and stuff like that?
Yes, we are so thankful for all of the support from the church. I know this was my first year as president of the Fun Run. Took big shoes to fill after Mary Margaret Armstrong had done it for the last, I guess, 4 or 5 years. She was part of what kicked it off, and she's continued with it. So I've taken on the reins this year, and it's turned out to be a very crazy year to take it on. So I am so appreciative of all the support I've had from Clinton David and from the rest of our Fun Run committee. We had several people, new people that came to join the committee. We had one meeting, and we had people jumping on board and signing up for what they were going to do the day of the Fun Run and leading up to the Fun Run. And then everything kind of fell apart in the world. So it all changed. So I'm so thankful for the dedication of that committee, and I hope that all of them are willing to come back and help us some more next year. But we are thankful that we were able to still do some sort of Fun Run this year and get the community involved, because it's so important for our youth ministry program. And as a parent of 3 kids in the youth ministry program between starting next year, 6th to 11th grade, we really appreciate all that Clinton David do for our community. So we thank you all for your support, for all of our sponsors, for everyone who's out there running or walking or even just watching us on this video today. So thank you for everybody. Am I leaving anybody out? My lovely husband.
I think that's it. I was going to go ahead and give a shout out to our silver level sponsors. So thank you, Jennifer. Silver and higher. I'll give a shout out one more time to them, Clinton. So again, that's McCree Ford, Esteban's Cafe and Cantina, St. Mary's Catholic School. That's our silver level. Our gold level is Jack Gregory and Blake Clayton, Earthworks, and Janice McGowan. And again, we had an anonymous donation, so I want to thank those people. They know who they are. So they are the platinum, 5 times platinum donation, which is incredible.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, all of you. Thank you to our interviewees, everyone who took the time today to come on here. Thank you, Jennifer, for all that you've done as well. And with that, guys, if there's any questions that you have, make sure you reach out to us on social media, and we'll do our best to get to you today or as soon as we can. Make sure you guys are checking that kind of stuff out. And thank you again for supporting our youth. This really is amazing and just a huge thing, especially in such dark and crazy times right now. This is a great light. So thank you guys for that. Know that we are praying for all of you. And one of the last things I have is actually a question for you. So David and I were talking about this the other day in the office. One of the things we didn't ask in our registrations and stuff like that is where you live. And because this is a virtual 5K, we actually have people from all over the country participating in this event. So I personally want to know, where are you participating from, and who is the furthest person from St. Mary's? Because if we have people who are all over the country, I want to know, do we have someone, I don't know, in Washington or in Iowa? I'm from Iowa. Maybe David has someone from Georgia. Who knows? So I want to know where you guys are from, and maybe we can find someone who is pretty far away, and maybe they'll get enrolled too. So anything else from you guys?
Thanks so much, guys. God bless, and keep participating.
Excellent. Thank you, guys, and we will see you soon.